Are you walking in the greatness that God has called you to? Or are you living in mediocrity? One of the struggles that most Christians have is settling for and living in mediocrity. But God has called you to greatness. Most people are afraid to stand out and be who God called them to be and do what God called them to do. Most people are afraid to embrace their uniqueness. Most people fit into a few different bucket categories and pattern their lives according to those expectations. But what if you could break free from the forces that seek to conform you to being average or mediocre? What if you could embrace the greatness that is on the inside of you? The greatness that God actually put there? What if you rejected every trace of mediocrity and conformity in your life and instead became uniquely who God called you to be? What if you allowed the unique gifts, talents, and abilities and personality that God gave you to come forth? Well, as long as you bow to the pressure to conform to the norms of mediocrity, you will never be who God called you to be. And therefore, you will never accomplish what God put you on the earth to do. So often, though, we hold back the creativity and excellence that is on the inside of us because we are afraid of rejection. But what if you didn't care what other people thought? What if you were only concerned with pleasing God? What if you realized that God has put a treasure inside you and you began to let that treasure out? Well, this is exactly what God wants you to do. So reject the pressure to conform to the world and instead be transformed into who God truly made you to be. Romans 12:2, New Living Translation. Don't copy the behavior and customs of this world, but let God transform you into a new person by changing the way you think. Then you will learn to know God's will for you, which is good and pleasing and perfect. Don't be a copycat. Don't copy and be conformed to the thoughts, behaviors, and customs of this world system under Satan's control. Instead, let God transform you into the person that you were created to be by changing the way you think. So you think like heaven. Make a decision today to break free from everything that holds you back, from being the vessel of excellence that God has called you and only you to be.